Nizamabad is a prominent district of Telangana. In the Nizamabad parliamentary constituency, there are 7 assembly segments, namely Armoor, Bodan, Nizamabad Urban, Nizamabad Rural, Balkonda, Jagatyal and Koratla.
Nizamabad parliamentary constituency is one of the important constituencies in the state of Telangana. This time, in the parliamentary elections of 2019, we faced a unique challenge in conducting the elections over there. About 185 candidates, a large number of them, nearly about 179 of them being farmers, filed their nominations and decided to contest from the parliamentary constituency. The constituency has 5 assembly segments in the district of Nizamabad and another 2 in the district of Jagatyal. Now, the biggest challenge we faced in this constituency was that for the first time in India, the Election Commission directed that all these candidates had to be taken up on electronic voting machines. The elections were to be conducted on electronic voting machines.
There are totally around 15,53,386 voters in this area. Total number of 1,788 polling stations were established here for elections, out of which 1,272 polling stations are in Nizamabad district and 516 polling stations are in Jagatyal district. The challenge faced here for the EC was that 185 candidates were contesting and along with nota, EVMs had to be supplied for 186 in every polling station. The EC made arrangements for 12 ballot units in every polling station. This is a record achievement not only in India but in the world. 185 contestants and 12 ballot units in one polling station is truly a world record. Altogether, more than 25,728 EVMs, 2,169 control units and 2,169 VVPATs were used and 698 micro-observers and 11,293 polling personnel were deployed for this task. The EVMs were checked and installed on a war footing by 600 engineers from Bharat Electronics Limited and ECIL. 400 engineers in Nizamabad and 200 engineers in Jagatyal worked relentlessly to install the units. First level checking FLC was conducted by polling officials and randomization process was done at DEO and RO levels. 1,038 BEL and ECIL engineers worked for first level checking and commissioning of EVMs in Nizamabad constituency. In order to spread voter awareness in a very short time, wide publicity was given through all media. Demonstration of EVMs and VVPAT, flexes, films screened on LED screens, announcements on mics from autos about details of candidates, advertisements in newspapers, audiovisual media, films and Kala Jata skits were used to instill complete awareness among the voters. Assured minimum facilities were made available for provision of drinking water and first aid was also made. The ballot units were installed in L shape and connected to one VVPAT placed in the center. In this Nizamabad parliamentary constituency, where so many candidates were contesting, mock polling was conducted from 5:30 am to 8 am. Due to the fact that there were 185 candidates, the time of the mock polling had to be changed only in the Nizamabad elections and not in other places. Polling commenced at 8 a.m. and concluded at 6 p.m. M3 EVMs, which are technologically advanced, were used in the Nizamabad elections. In order to keep a vigilant eye on the Nizamabad parliamentary constituency in particular, the Chief Electoral Officer Telangana, Dr. Rajat Kumar, personally surveyed the proceedings from a helicopter. A helicopter was also kept as standby for any emergency that may arise. EVM engineers were on duty to attend any calls if needed. Altogether, 6,445 CC cameras were arranged and outside the polling stations. Webcasting done from 1,788 polling centers. Students of engineering colleges participated with enthusiasm. Videography was done in the rest of the polling stations. Volunteers from NSS and NCC were deployed to assist in the polling procedures. For the convenience and knowledge of voters, huge banners and flexes with details of the EVMs and candidates in each EVM were displayed near every polling station. To avoid confusion of the voters, they could see in the banners beforehand and could vote for them in the specified EVM when they entered the polling booth. Special arrangements were made for persons with disabilities such as wheelchairs, transport for pick-up and drop, special volunteers to assist them and all other facilities for them to vote with ease. The Commission ensured that 100% facilities were assured for persons with disabilities. For the visually impaired voters, Braille ballot papers were made available. For both PWDs and the general public, model polling stations were set up to increase their awareness on this voting process.
ఎన్నికల చరిత్రలో మొదటిసారిగా 12 బ్యాలెట్ యూనిట్లు వాడి జరుపుకోయే ఎన్నిక గురించి జిల్లా ఎన్నికల యంత్రాంగం, లోక్సభ పరిధిలో ఉన్న అందరు సిబ్బంది కూడా సర్వసన్నద్ధంగా ఉన్నారు. వారందరి సహకారంతో ఈ ఎన్నిక సుజావుగా, సాఫీగా మనం జరుపుకోవడానికి సర్వసన్నద్ధంగా ఉన్నాం.
పోలింగ్ బూతులో అడుగిడగానే ఈవీఎం లాయల్ ఆకారం
I am D.O. Legityal. I am proud to be part of this historic and challenging elections of PC Nizamabad. And the timely interventions and support and supervision of Honorable VCA and respected CEO sir has encouraged me to jump into action and complete the election as per the schedule in a free and fair manner.
నీ ఓటో తెలుసుకునేందుకు వివి ప్యాటు స్లిప్పులు చూడు అన్ని ఎన్నికల మాదిరిగా ఇదిరా.
In these Lok Sabha elections, 83 sensitive villages and 278 very sensitive polling stations were identified. Nizamabad PC deployment of police, 6 COIs of CRPF, 2,129 police personnel of state police and 350 ODs from other states were deployed.
సవాలుగా స్వీకరించి నిర్వహణకు సంసిద్ధం.
Staff participated in 04 Nizamabad parliamentary elections. Number of ROs 1, number of AROs 9, number of polling stations 1,788, number of EVMs used including reserve balloting units 25,728, control units 2,169, VVPATs 2,169, total 30,066. Number of polling personnel deployed: POs 2,188, APOs 2,139, OPOs 6,966, total 11,293. Number of vehicles used for transportation of polling personnel 392, for transportation of EVMs 392, total 784. Number of micro observers deployed 698. Number of sector officers deployed 355. Number of engineers 600.
In conclusion, I must say that this entire exercise went off like a dream project, and for this I must thank the entire team of administration in the Nizamabad parliamentary constituency, the special officer, the RO, the TEOs, the people who worked all day and night to make this successful, the political parties which cooperated excellently for this success, and last but perhaps the most important, the important voters of Nizamabad constituency, without whose cooperation this could not have succeeded. Thank you.
సలాం నమస్తే వందనం ఓ నిజామాబాద్ ఓటరన్నా
భారత ఎన్నికల సంఘం మరియు ప్రధాన ఎన్నికల అధికారి తెలంగాణ.